Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to cover two business cases. Both of them provide energy as a service, and both of them do not sell hardware at all. They only sell you guaranteed results. The first of them provides a package where they give you all the necessary hardware, so imagine batteries, inverters, solar panels, the Shelly energy meters, and they provide you with maintenance at a fixed price. You do not need to invest into all of that at once. It is split in small payments for 15 years. The second model is similar. Again, they provide you with all the necessary hardware, but instead of them selling you the hardware plus maintenance in a very long period of time, they sell you the energy that installation produces itself. So you do not own the hardware at all. You can just buy the energy at a discounted price. How does that work? I mean, how do you know what hardware to sell? You cannot just go there and be like, you need 10 solar panels, 20 batteries, and you need 50 kilowatts of energy to be stored and whatnot. No, you cannot do that. What you do is the following. You first begin with an energy audit. You go there, you install an energy meter, probably a Pro 3EM Shelly energy meter, into the AC port. That is basically most houses and most apartments run on AC, so you just install that in the house or apartment or business unit, whatever it is, and you leave it there. What information are you trying to get by that? First, you want to understand exactly how much energy that household or office needs, and you need to understand what peak power can happen. So, how many things at once are running the most? Once you know that data, you have all the necessary knowledge to understand how many solar panels they need, what kinds of and how many batteries they need, what inverter is needed, etc., etc. Do they need an EV charging station? Do they have an EV charging station already? Do you need to wire that up? And based on all that data, you can now quote the client. And the structure is usually you have the Shelly energy meter as the brain, and then you have the inverter and all its arms and legs. So the Shelly energy meter, it's the brain, and the inverter is the muscle that does all the commands. With the energy meter, you can track power spikes, energy consumption, you can track everything that happens on the electrical network. And based on that, you can send commands to all that is under it. However, that installation by itself, it is very good, but you are selling a guaranteed result. How can you guarantee that something is happening at all when you do not even know whether the installation is currently running? You do not even know whether those devices are active. Now you have the brain in place. It is running the whole operation, but you have no visibility on that. You have no idea whether it is actually running. Yes, in theory it is, but is it actually? If it breaks, will you know that it has broken, and will you be able to send an electrician quickly enough so that it doesn't disturb the household or office? No, at least not by itself. You will need to connect that brain, the Shelly energy meter, to some system that will give you centralized access to that all. So you have a view where you have all those devices, all those places over there. You can monitor them, you can provision them further if needed, you can update their firmware. You will, at every point in time, know exactly what and where is happening, giving you the power of predictive and preventative maintenance. If something somehow happens, then you can quickly send an electrician before it has become a problem for the customer. You cannot do that without such a system. However, developing one is costly and takes a lot of time. Yes, nowadays we have AI, and this will speed up the process, but still it will cost you money. You need a qualified person to do that, or a team of qualified people. You will later need a person or more to maintain that. and you will need to pay for AI tokens. So give it a few €100,000 and at least a couple of months or even more. But if you somehow magically find such a platform, you will be able to do all of those things that I told you. But not only them, here I have written something very, very valuable. So people love dashboards. And by you showing them how much they save, you will cut churn by a lot. So there will not be many people that are leaving you because you're saving them money daily. People are not really good at preventing stuff. People are good at finding solutions to problems once they know that they have the problem. But this way, you show them the problem, so you show them how much they would have paid otherwise, and you show them how much you save them. Therefore, so this is not some sort of prevention, which people are very bad at. This is directly solving their problem and showing them results. So with this one platform, you can provide them with a customer-facing view, which will help them appreciate the platform even more and the service overall, and you get an inside tool to monitor that entire operation and to make it possible in the first place. Investors will not invest in that part of the business. They will not tell you, oh, it is very important that you have a very, very serious platform, a backbone that will allow you to do this and that and blah, blah, blah. No, they want to see results. They want to see the revenue increasing. They want to see good marketing. They want to see that the image of the company is good. They want to see results and they want to see them fast. And this is not fast. No. The results that you're giving to your end customers mostly happen through the installation that you do over there, but you need something to maintain that. And exactly that is the platform that I'm talking about. So they will not invest in you developing that, but if you do not have it, they will not invest in you at all. And here we come. We can save you all that trouble, all that time of development by you just using the Shelly Fleet Manager. Wonderful. Both of those use cases that I talked to you about in the beginning are use cases of companies that are using the Fleet Manager as the backbone. So they use the Fleet Manager to aggregate all the data, to monitor the devices, to control them, but not directly via the user interface of the Fleet Manager. No, they have developed a view of their own, where they have their dashboards that they see as important and that they show to their clients, and they have the other dashboards that they look at. But under both of those stays the Fleet Manager and the data aggregated by the Fleet Manager, which then via API gets sent to those two views. And with that single decision, they saved a couple of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because first, they do not need someone to maintain that humongous system, and they do not need anyone or a team of people to develop it in the first place. Imagine the following use case. Something bad happens, there is some anomaly, and it is detected by the mix of your system and the Shelly Fleet Management. And what do? You investigate. And sometimes it might be the case that this can be repaired from a distance. So instead of you spending even more money on gas, on time of the person that will roll the truck over there, on even more time for them to inspect that, on more gas and more time for them to get back to the office. No, what you can do is just do the fix remotely. Easy. The Fleet Manager also provides you with scalability. So this is a risk that you can price. You know that each device you add costs you that price, and that's it. You know that it is easy to scale. You don't need to redo the entire system once you have reached a particular scale. All you do is just you pay a bit more, and the system continues to act just as expected. If you have that idea in mind, or you're already doing it, but you cannot scale it properly, then maybe the Fleet Manager is the solution for you, just the way that those two businesses did it. First, you use the Shelly meter to do the initial energy audit. Based on that, you quote the client. After that, you do the entire installation. You use the Shelly energy meter as a brain. But in order for you to maintain and scale, you need a centralized monitoring place. For that reason, what you do? You get the Shelly Fleet Manager. The Shelly Fleet Manager is the place where you aggregate all the data, where you do the monitoring, but you do not use its UI. You use its API. The heavy lifting is done by the Fleet Manager. all you need to do two beautiful pages, one for clients and one for you. And you just wire them up with the Shelly Fleet Manager's API. Book a free demo. I'll meet you there. Yeah, you'll be talking with me. So it will not be a new face, don't worry. You know me already. You can trust me.